student. I am Mr. Simanchal Panda going to start the class for ophthalmic preparations. Ophthalmic preparations are those preparations which are intended to use for the eye. These are also known as the ocular preparations. These are used for the treatment of various diseases related to eye. These can be used for the diagnostic purpose or it can be used as the aid to surgical procedures. So ophthalmic products are the sterile product meant to instilled into the eye in the space between eyelid and the eyeball. We can see here this is the eyelid and the eyeball. In between the drug has to be incorporated, as we know that the eye are very sensible organs. Those should be free from any solid particulate which may lead to irritation, and they must be sterile in nature. The ophthalmic preparations are generally coming under the sterile products. So this product must be sterile in nature and they may be prepared under the same condition and by the same method as the parental preparations. The ophthalmic preparations may be eye drops, eye lotion, eye ointment, eye suspension, contact lens solution. This may be a solid, that may be a liquid, and that may be a semi-solid in nature depending upon the medication. The eyeball is described here in this diagram and the eyelid is shown in the diagram. So there are various types of products are available, and the microbial infection may lead to eye damage as it has been shown in the picture, and that has to be sterile in nature, free from any pyrogens. So it can be available as the eye drops, eye lotion, eye ointment, and before we use this ophthalmic preparation we have to take some special care about that. Generally, if you are taking the ointment, we have to clean our hand properly so that from our hand the microbes or any solid particulates should not insert it to the eye. If you are taking the any liquid inside the eye, the eyelid has to be open and it has to be inserted as it is shown in the diagram, and it has to be closed for a while to move across the area of the eye. There are certain eye suspensions are there. Generally, some solids, insoluble solids are present in the liquid medium, but the particle size must be very fine so that it should not irritate to the eye. There others are there like contact lenses are there. Okay, in the contact lenses, these are up to type. One may be soft lenses and another is non-soft lenses. So these are inserted in the eye, and these are the solids products which are coming under the ophthalmic preparations. So there are different type of ophthalmic products liquid preparations for the application to the surface of the eye, such as eye drop and eye lotions. Semi-solid preparations are also used, as we have seen the different products are used. Those must be sterile in nature, that may be eye ointment, cream, gels. Neosporin is an example for the eye ointment. Those has to be instilled on the margin of the eyelid for different uh, disorder like conjunctival sac. So solid preparations such as the ocular inserts intended to be placed in the contact with the surface of the eye to produce modified release of medicament over a prolonged time. Parental product for subconjunctival or intraocular injections, liquid product for irrigation of the eye during surgical products. All ophthalmic products are required to be sterile and free from extraneous particulate matter. Solutions used during surgery should not contain any preservatives. Preservatives are those substances those used to inhibit the growth of microorganism. As the eye is quite sensitive uh, organ, we cannot use the preservative. It may lead to the uh, death of the tissues. So there are certain requirements present, or different type of products are used to enhance the ophthalmic products. Those are the free from foreign particles, viscosity has to be considered, tonicity has to be maintained, pH of the preparation has to be maintained, the sterility and the surface activity. These are few important parameters that we have to follow during the formulation of ophthalmic products. So for foreign particles, the ophthalmic product should be clear and free from foreign particles. They must be free from fibers and the filaments, as it may lead to the irritations. Ophthalmic solution should be clarified very carefully by passing through bacteria-proof filter such as membrane filter and sintered glass filters. The particle size of the eye suspension should be in an ultra fine state of subdivision to minimize the irritation. As we know that any particulate, if that is having the larger particle size, if it will remain on eye, may lead to the irritation, and the dosage form may not work on them. The separate filters should be used for different ophthalmic product in order to avoid the contaminations. Second one is the viscosity. In order to prolong the contact time of the drug in the eye, various thickening agents are added in the ophthalmic preparation like polyvinyl alcohol, polyethylene glycol, methyl cellulose, carboxymethyl cellulose are some of the commonly used thickening agent. These agent improve the viscosity of the preparations. There must be some ideal characteristic of thickening agent, that is it must be easily filterable, that should be easily sterilized, that should be compatible with other ingredient, it should pass requisite reference index and the clarity level. The thickening agents are not included in the formulation of eye drops and eye lotions, which are required to use during after the surgery due to some possible adverse effect on the interior of the eye. Generally, if you are taking this type of formulation like eye drops, they must be absorbed very fast in the eye, and these are also used in some operation procedure, so that during the surgery, so this viscosity this thickening agent are not generally used in those type of preparations. pH of the preparations, as we know that eye is having very sensible organ and it maintains its own pH, its level is 7.4. We also observe that sometime if you are using normal water to wash our eyes, we feel certain type of irritation, because sometime it may the water level may contain some mineral, or due to presence of different natural ingredient it may change its pH, either it may be slightly alkaline or it may be slightly acidic. Both create irritation inside the eye. So whenever we are preparing any kind of product, this must have its own pH having equivalent to the tears, that is 7.4 buffers. So generally if you are taking any kind of formulation, we have to maintain the preparation at 7.4 buffer. Alkaloidal salts such as some alkaloidal salts are generally stable at 2.3, but this pH is irritant to eye. The alkaloid get precipitated at pH above the 7 and it create a number of formulation problems. So this type of product cannot be used to instill inside the eye. The eye must have maintain its own isotonic preparation, that is 7.4 tonicity. Tonicity is coming from the word of isotonic, that is the iso means equal, that is the tonicity is the osmotic pressure. So isoosmotic pressure has to be maintained. So generally 0.9% of sodium chloride solution is having the equivalent osmotic pressure with our ophthalmic eye. So we have to maintain the concentration and we have to maintain the tonicity. If that is a hypertonicity, it will create problem, as it is having the higher osmotic pressure compared to the inside the eye. The ingredients may come from the outside to inside with a high pressure, and it may lead to bulging of the eye and finally the damaging of the ophthalmic nerves. And if that will be that is if that is not isotonic, if that is a hypotonic, we can see that the substance the pressure outside will be less, so inside the eye whatever the liquid contents are present, that may ophthalmic liquid may come to outside, and it may lead to the damage of the eye. So the isoosmotic pressure has to be maintained. It should neither be hypertonic, that means it should not have some excess osmotic pressure, neither it should be that is the hypotonic, it should be isotonic, that means 0.9 percentage of sodium chloride equivalent solution having the ophthalmic preparations. Sterility is very important parameter, as we know that these eyes are on the outer surface of the body. These are directly getting contact with the atmosphere, and meanwhile when the eyelids are blinking, these fluids, the ophthalmic fluids are generally cleansing the eyeball at the regular basis. So if any foreign ingredients, if you are instilling, and those are having the microorganism or the pyrogens, that may lead to infection and that may deteriorate the activity. So generally Pseudomonas aeruginosa is common gram-negative bacteria which is generally found in to present in the ophthalmic product. It also causes serious infection in the corona. It can cause complete loss of the eyesight within 24 to 48 hours. So to maintain the sterility, multi-dose containers containing the ophthalmic products, a suitable preservative is added. The preservative should be non-toxic, non-irritant, and should be compatible with the medicaments. The ophthalmic products are generally sterilized by autoclaving, filtration through bacteria-proof filters, and addition of bactericide at low temperature. Vehicles used in ophthalmic preparation must be good wetting ability to penetrate cornea and other tissue. Certain surfactants are wetting agent added which are found suitable for the ophthalmic product. Here we see that the surface activity, that means we have to reduce the surface tension of the product with the ophthalmic fluid. So if that will be insoluble, if that is not hydrophilic in nature, that may be insoluble and it may give some irritant effect. So in order to avoid that one, the surface activity is maintained by using some suitable surface active agent or the surfactant, generally coming under the wetting agent category. So among them, some are benzalkonium chloride, polysorbate 20, polysorbate 80, like some examples are present. It should not cause any kind of damage to the tissue of the eye. So another type of product is known as the eye drops. Generally this is the monophagic liquid dosage form. We cannot find the different phase, and these are used for different activities like anesthetic activity, anti-inflammatory activity, mydriatic or meiotic properties of the eye. So eye drops are sterile aqueous or suspension of drug that instilled to the eye with a dropper. Generally dropper is used, and whenever we are using the drops, that must be sterile, and we must use the saline water to clean that one. And how much amount of water to be instilled or the drug has to be instilled, we can use by the help of a dropper, and the nozzle has to be sterile before you are dipping in the bottle. So the formulation include the drug, preservative, sterilization, that isotonicity we have to maintain, the buffer has to be maintained, viscosity as it is discussed, and the container must be plastic, or that is a glass container is more suitable. Then we have to go for the labeling. So the drug are the substance which will give the pharmacological activity in the eye, that may have its anti-inflammatory activity, or it may have the mydriatic or the meiotic activity. So preservatives are there which are used to reduce the bacterial growth on the product. Sterilization, we have to go for the sterilization to avoid the growth of microorganism. It must be bacteriostatic in nature, that may not allow any microbe to grow. The isotonicity, that means the equal isotonic pressure has to be maintained, otherwise there may be chances of damage in the retina and the optical nerves. The buffer has to be used, that means according to the tear pH 7.4, that has to be maintained, otherwise it will give the irritant effect to the eye or